by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
On 98.5, the Sports Hub.
Well, how about this? Shams Charania of The Athletic. Boston Celtics center Robert Williams is close to a return and could play in Game 3 or Game 4 against the Nets. Sources tell The Athletic final determination will be made on how Williams feels day-to-day after suffering a torn meniscus on March 27th.
So he is nearly a month removed. He did make the trip to Brooklyn, as everyone noted yesterday, and everyone started to discuss, why is that? Why is he making the trip to Brooklyn? Is it because it's just a short trip and it's a playoff series and it's really important to him personally to be with his team and be a part of that? Or was there an outside chance he could be back in this series? And now Shams says tomorrow night or in Game 4, he is now at day-to-day status.
Okay. So first of all, that's huge news for the Celtics and great news for the Celtics, right? Do we all agree with that?
Yes.
He's a massive piece in this series if he comes back.
But now there's a massive decision to make.
Well, does it seem a little panicky?
It doesn't seem panicky because I'm guessing that they know how he is feeling and they know how it's progressed. And they know that he could play if they need him. But their question now should be, do we need him?
Well, should
we play him?
So this is my whole thing.
Or should we not play him?
You're up 2-0. Like, why not really ease him back in and say, okay, like, let's see where things go. And like, why do you need to put it out there? He might play in Game 3. Maybe it's not the team putting it out there. I don't know. But it feels a touch panicky on the Celtics side. Look, I think he's going to come back and be a huge presence in the series. I think it's huge news and great news. I just wonder what the rush is.
Maybe it's not rushed.
It feels rushed. They've been telling it. Udoka said the whole time he didn't think he'd be back in the series. Why slow play that publicly if it's not on the quick side of things?
Did you hear him the other day?
I heard him with you. I thought I heard him with you the other day.
It was on our show, yeah.
Yeah, but
we're going to have to win a series without him.
Yeah.
But he also, when he spoke to the Celtics writers, I thought he sort of left the door open a little bit. Did anyone else feel that way? I'd have to go back.
I think he's...
Because when I remember the other day, I read it, and I'm like, that's a little different than what he told us.
To speak on his behalf, I think he's always left the door open. I just think he's kind of treated it the same way he's talked about Ben Simmons. He said, when he's back, then we'll deal with it. But I think for the most part, he had spoken like he wasn't going to be back. Now, look, maybe it's you want to surprise the Nets. You want to keep them on their toes. Like, I have no idea. But I'm shocked he's back this soon, and it feels a touch panicky.
You know what? Chris Mannix felt the same way about what he said on Wednesday. He just tweeted out, Ime Udoka dropped a hint about this when he mentioned pain tolerance on Wednesday.
Huh.
I thought there was something in there. I'm like, this feels a little different than what he told us on the show. And Mannix obviously felt that way as well, that he was dropping a hint in there that we could see Robert Williams in this series. But my thing would be, you're up 2-0. You're not playing him yet.
Okay, well then, so we're saying the same thing. It seems a bit panicky.
But Jones, it would seem more panicky if they lost Game 3 and then they threw this out there.
Yeah, you say panicky. You know what I think they're doing? I think they're establishing that he's ready to go.
And it might be Game 4.
If they need him, he's available. I think that's what they're saying.
Okay.
They're just sort of establishing he's back. He's good. And I think, you know why I think they're motivated to do that?
Why?
Because there are plenty of people that when they heard this in the beginning said, the Celtics lie about injuries.
No, that's true.
And they string you along in injuries, and let's actually see when the guy's going to be ready. And I think that they're motivated to tell you he's ready and that they were right.
I think
they want to be right.
When did you think he was going to be back?
I thought he'd be back in the second round at some point.
I wasn't even sure about that. So this is way ahead of schedule. And look, I think he could be a massively impactful player for the Celtics. Like, one of my concerns about the Celtics losing to Brooklyn is I didn't think they'd have Rob Williams this whole series. So that's big news for them. I don't get the rush. Like, if anything, I'd say take your time coming.
Well, it's not rushing if they don't play him either.
No, that's true.
Right?
That's true.
If they play him tomorrow, I will agree with you and say, the hell are they doing?
He's saying he could play in Game 3. So, I mean, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see if he does or not, but that's what I'm reacting to. If he plays tomorrow night, that feels rushed. I'm not a doctor.
We will agree on that.
I'm not a trainer. I'm not there seeing it every day, but that feels rushed. That's all I'm saying.
That's rushed based on their original timeline. It's rushed based on what Ime Udoka said a week ago. And it's rushed based on being up 2-0.
And
all of it is rushed.
And rushed to me means a little panicky. I think those are the same thing.
Jeez, good God. Here we go. How does Arcan do this?
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
What are they panicking about?
I bet Arcan just tunes him out. He probably just doesn't listen to him.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with saying rushed feels a little panicky? Why is that wrong?
What are they panicking about?
Yeah, what are they panicking over?
I don't know. You tell me. I didn't think he was going to be back.
Us, Jones. You're the one
panicking.
Yeah, you're the one who said it.
We all said if he's rushed back, what would you rush him back for?
Because you're going for the jugular.
Yeah, okay, fine. So then that again, that feels like what? So if the Nets win a game, then all of a sudden the Nets are back in the series. So you're panicking a little bit that you need game 3. I feel like that's saying the same thing. Like, do you not want to let the Nets in the series and you need this game?
Rushing and panicking mean two different things.
I think
they're not the same word.
I think it's
not synonyms.
A lot of overlap in the Venn diagram. That's what I would say. A lot of overlap.
Panic, a sudden, uncontrollable fear or anxiety.
Fear and anxiety.
Rushing.
Rush.
Often causing wildly unthinking behavior.
Yeah,
wildly unthinking behavior.
Rush.
Sounds like Adam Jones to me.
All right, so again, the breaking news. Boston Celtics center, Robert Williams, this a tweet from Shams Charania, is close to a return and could play in Game 3 tomorrow or Game 4 on Monday against the Nets. Final determination is how he feels day to day after dealing with a torn meniscus and having a surgical procedure to fix it. He hurt that meniscus on March 27th, and it appears he is getting much closer to a return. Jones says they are panicking.
Little worried about Brooklyn winning Game 3, it sounds like.